Welcome to Life Karma. It is so bright we must wear shades.
The sun only shines on the cool people.
The very cool. We are masked up with sunglasses on, here to visit with you about life's endless journey.
And to not give corona to each other.
Yes, I have an anti-corona action going on here.
Yes.
Do not want any of the corona.
Man, this is making my mask like totally like
My
my glasses like
fogging up.
fogging up. Jeez.
Yeah, well, here we are. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome to Life Karma. Welcome to, oh geez, the messed up brains of Sam and Brian.
So good to see everybody.
Yeah, feels good to be back.
Feels good.
I'm wearing pants.
Really?
I usually wear shorts when we do this.
Yeah,
so I'm
usually,
like, well,
yeah.
I'm wearing
You're wearing
pants.
pants. Well, I'm happy you're wearing pants. So.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure our listeners are too.
Yeah, I'm wearing pants.
Hope you guys like this YouTube video because I think we didn't do very well on the last one because I made some mistakes, so it got shut down.
Yeah, it got shut down.
That's on me, but the podcast is up, and everyone loved it. I don't know. I had people telling me I pushed Sam's buttons too much, so you know what? Screw you. I can do whatever the frick I want.
Yeah, so what I have to do is I had to recover because he beat me up so badly. So I read this book by Sarah Knight called Get Your Shit Together.
That beat you up that bad?
No, I'm just saying that. This is the book.
Yeah, I wish we.
It's a fascinating book. A lot of vulgarity in it, but
Yeah, Sarah, if you want to sponsor us, we're here.
yeah, there's some wisdom in the book. Some pretty good wisdom. I liked it.
There you go, Sarah. Sarah, you're welcome.
Yeah. You're welcome. Whatever.
People read our books, okay, that we suggest.
Yes,
So,
because
we're that cool.
the book I'm into now is an old classic by Daniel Goleman called Emotional Intelligence.
It's a brilliant book.
Yeah, so
Absolutely
our last
brilliant.
couple podcasts ago, you said your dad had it all marked up and made me want
Yes.
to read it again. So,
It's one of those that you could read like 1,200 times.
oh no, it's really good. It's really good. The concept of intellectual intelligence only takes you so far. You need a combination of it, intellectual intelligence and emotional intelligence. That's what really helps you.
It's the only way you're going to get anywhere.
Yeah, if you want to get anywhere, right?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, you can be really smart and call the guys that are the
not gonna
gals
help.
boss that have really high emotional intelligence with way less IQ.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Well, a lot of crazy things this week.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Trump is now out of the hospital.
Yeah, that brings me to segment number one.
Oh, segment one.
Segment one.
Segment one.
Uno.
We need to put a video effect. One.
We should, yes, we need, we're just creating more work for you.
Oh, yeah. I'm just like, I do nothing in my life but work and then do video editing.
Yes. Problem, yes, I feel bad for him sometimes.
That's okay. Yeah, he doesn't feel too bad.
Sometimes.
I got him a birthday gift, and he didn't receive the gift very well. I mean, he's not a
said
gift.
thank you. It was awesome.
He did say thank you. It was thought out.
I hate receiving gifts.
I know. It's just not. It's not exclusive. So it's more practical. This is a practical gift I got you this year.
See, but I'm not good at receiving any of the gifts.
Yeah, so I know.
Whether you like even bought me lunch or something now.
Yeah, happy birthday. Maybe
Well,
I will
thank you.
buy you lunch. I'm gonna
No.
get you some crumble cookies for your actual.
Oh,
this is an early gift because his birthday's coming up in the next 9 days. So in case you're wondering.
And his social security number is
Yeah, whatever.
segment number one, rumor of the week.
Rumor of the week. Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Rumor of the week. Here's the rumor of the week, in my opinion. I don't think Trump had COVID. Yeah, and this Red Bull is really good, but I really don't think he had COVID. I don't know.
You're not the first person that told me that. A lot of my friends think it was all just a farce.
Well, he's got to get the suburban mom vote. And what better way to do that is to get some sympathy.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, what's happened to Melania? Anybody tell us anything about Melania? I haven't heard
Melania
a
Trump,
word.
she tweeted out that she was fine. She's staying in the White House and she's fine.
She's fine now, or was she ever? I mean, like,
No, I think she had it. She just said she was doing fine.
those news conferences were horrible.
Oh my gosh.
It's just like, did you not, or did you give him oxygen? Did you do this? What did
I was like, come on, people.
I'm like,
Whatever.
Whatever.
They're going to twist everybody's going to twist whatever anybody says to whatever they want to hear. So
do you think he had COVID?
I do.
Yeah.
But then again, I believe in aliens that are heavenly beings.
No. I was going to say, but then again, Sam believes in love.
I believe in love. Hey, we had a good dose of love this weekend. We had a lot of wise people share prophetic and wonderful things with us. In our twice a year, in our faith, we hear from our leaders, and they had some great things to say. There was a message, general message of come togetherness and overcoming opposition, and don't be so divisive, right?
Yeah, that's how someone put up a Black Lives Matter sign in their front yard after a general conference and saying, now it's okay to put these in our front yard.
Okay.
And I'm like, when was it not okay?
Yeah, it's always okay
You get your own opinion on everything.
Our neighbor over here has a gigantic flag.
Trump flag.
A
Sticking out of his tree.
Like it's gigantic.
It says, get on the Trump train.
Hey, man, and you know what? I embrace his right to do whatever.
They both get the right to do whatever the frick they want.
It's called freedom of speech.
But his flag's kind of coming into the street. Sorry, Dave, but it is. I mean, it's kind of in the street.
But he's making a strong statement there.
That is a very strong statement. Rumor of the week, Dave. I don't think Trump had COVID.
Yes, I think he did have COVID.
What makes you think that?
Well, he looked like shit.
Yeah, but
when he went into the hospital.
Did you watch all his Twitter videos and stuff?
I did.
Did you see him when he got back to the White House? It looked like he was kind of having a hard time breathing on video.
He was grabbing the railing on the way up the stairs. I noticed that.
But then some deep breaths.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure COVID kicks your ass a bit.
I just don't believe. I don't know. Maybe I don't believe anybody anymore.
Well, that's part of your profession. You're paid not to believe people.
Other than my client.
Yes. Other than your client. And hopefully you believe me occasionally.
Sometimes.
Only when I talk logical.
Only when you're not talking about love.
Yes. Of course. I sent him a text that was pretty funny, but he didn't get it, I guess. So that was super funny.
I didn't see it, but if I would have got it, I would have sent the middle finger emoji back over.
Yeah, like my little tray you got me for my birthday.
Yeah,
Supreme.
Good thing you guys can't see it.
It's a Supreme, because it'd be censored.
Yeah, it'd be we get kicked off again.
We'd get kicked off of YouTube.
Oh, sorry, guys.
All righty, man. Well,
all right. Segment number 2.
Segment 2.
After the whole whatever. I mean, Trump, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter. Does it matter? Would it matter if you knew he was faking it?
Yeah, because then it would just be a show. It'd make the shit show a double shit show.
Well, it is a show. It's election year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's definitely a show.
Yeah.
Right. So I was listening to Jordan Peterson, and I'm going to call this the Jordan Peterson segment.
Oh, yes.
Because he's very thought-provoking.
Oh, yes, he is. I've read many of his books, and I like what he has to say generally.
And I also believe he did have COVID.
Oh, when he went into that coma and stuff?
Yeah, I believe he had it.
Wow, you sure this isn't segment number 1?
I know, major rumors there.
Because he claimed that he was addicted to some kind of drug and that he couldn't get off it, and he had to go into a coma to get off it.
Well, his daughter talks about him having
He went to Russia.
COVID.
Really?
And that when they come back, they still have to quarantine even though they've had it a month and a half ago.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Maybe he had COVID.
Back to Canada.
He looked like shit when he had started doing videos again.
Yeah.
He looked really weak and like he was struggling. So I'm glad to see that he's returning to health.
Well, where his mind goes sometimes, I can understand maybe if he was on something.
That's true.
I'm just
that's true.
Because sometimes you ever feel like when you listen to him or read his stuff, you're like, okay, dude, you're going down a rabbit hole you're never getting out of.
Yeah, he's just a really smart dude that really blows up liberals.
He does. But what's interesting in this one is it's his podcast, it's his most recent episode. It's a lecture he gave at a university. He talks about a ton of different things, but I like that he said, science and Christians don't get along because they totally believe two different things, right? The problem is they're both wrong.
Oh,
he's they both take extremes.
Okay.
So I thought it was interesting. He's like, who's to say things in the Bible didn't happen, but who's also to say science is always right? Because we've shown it's not always right science.
Well, yeah, I mean, science 100 years ago was not the science it is today.
I don't even know what really the definition of science is.
Right. What is the definition of science? What is the scientific method? We should call this segment the scientific method.
Yeah, BS. Like
What is?
whatever.
Let's remind our listeners on what the scientific method is. Do you remember?
Yeah, isn't it like something like you keep testing something?
Well, you create a hypothesis.
That's right.
Right, which is a good guess. Right.
Yes.
Then you test it with standard testing to prove whether it's right or wrong. And if you can test it enough, it becomes a scientific law, like a law,
Like a vaccine.
like a vaccine. So
But there's always outliers.
the scientific method, I guess they're using that in the vaccine. You think they're using the scientific method to get our vaccine?
No.
No.
No, I think they're just going to inject us with crap. It's like,
Let me just inject you. Yeah, I'm going to inject you with we're all living in the matrix, and I've been injected with the scientific method. So
this is how I'm going to go get my vaccine. I'm just
Yeah.
going to put my glasses on and be like, no, don't shoot me, bro.
yeah, so that's good. I just want to see you dodge bullets and shit.
Like Keanu.
Keanu Reeves. Yeah, very
But
cool.
the vaccine, God, we get off on these tangents, but
Yeah,
the
we do.
vaccine, it's like, I know they're shooting me up with crap.
Well, here's
Did you get the flu vaccine this year?
I did.
I did not.
I did it 2 weeks ago, and the lady goes, "You'll be fully immunized in the next 2 weeks." I'm like, "Really? Well, thank you."
From what?
From some
The flu that magically changes all the time?
last year, I got a flu shot and I got sicker than a damn dog.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not getting it this year.
I think I had COVID before, but because it was like in December, I'm like,
No one cared.
yeah, whatever. It was so sick.
Nobody has sympathy for any of us. You and me especially. No one has sympathy
Oh,
for
what?
us.
Do we need sympathy? I don't know.
No.
We don't need sympathy. We need empathy. Everybody needs
No,
empathy.
we don't need that either.
Yes, empathy and sympathy. That gets us on the love train there.
Love train.
What if you were to take the love concept and put it in the scientific method
It'd fail. It'd
laboratory?
fail every time. It'd fail
it wouldn't
every
fail.
time.
It would be like
Because you can't measure it, something that doesn't exist.
it would be quantum physics. It would like be the unexplainable.
Oh, like a black hole? At least you can see the black hole.
Yeah, you and I can't see it. A super whammy telescope can see it.
Yeah, but you can't measure something that doesn't exist.
You can't? Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, we're not going to. I'm not going to let him push my buttons today.
The Red Bull gets me going.
It does.
It gets me like I get so pumped and
Yeah.
hyped.
So what's the hypothesis?
Oh
of-
yeah. The problem of relevance. And this is a good point. I mean, the problem of relevance. What's relevant in your life? Like, do we overload ourselves with irrelevant things?
Oh, absolutely. It's called distractions.
Right, but he hypothesized that a lot of mental illnesses is because we over exaggerate things that are irrelevant. We're not making our life as simple as it should be. And I'm like, you speak for yourself, buddy.
And he, you mean
Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson? Yeah. So yeah, I think
The problem of relevance. I mean, that's a really strong statement.
so. I've been for the last 30 years. I've been on this journey to help people find purpose and meaning. It's sort of my thing, right? And that would be the way that Jordan Peterson would call it relevance. To me, there's power in living with purpose. And when you don't live with purpose and you don't have a goal, you don't have goals. You know, it's really hard to have a really fulfilling life. You know, if you don't live with purpose, you're just randomly doing shit.
But how do you, and that's a good point, but then how do you keep the irrelevant things out as you're going towards those goals?
That's a very, very good point.
Because you got to keep the relevance in perspective and keep it focused. Otherwise, the irrelevance just comes and takes us away.
So you want me to answer that question?
I don't know.
Because you may not want to answer it, because I have an answer for that question.
Okay, I'm ready to blow up your answer.
Okay.
I just threw you off so bad by saying that, didn't I? Can't wait to blow it up.
Yeah. So the question was, how do you stay on the path and avoid all the distractions? The answer to that question is focus. Keeping the outcome, the desired outcome, in the forefront of your mind, in your view, because if you can't see it, you can't do it. So my argument would be, my scientific method argument would be, to avoid distractions, you focus on the things that matter most, the highest levers, the biggest, the low-hanging fruit, whatever's going to get you to your end in mind, your desired outcome. That is simply, It is simply a mental exercise and focus that you follow up with action. And the problem with that, the problem that we have today is there are so many distractions with social media and news, fake news, and complex factors and forces that fill the world. Every waking moment is an opportunity to be distracted. And we're all like JoJo the Indian circus boy with this pretty new pet, like from Tommy Boy.
Yes.
And everybody's like, oh, shiny coin, oh, ow,
Yes,
and
what's that? Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel. Oh. So if you can just get the discipline to focus on the things that matter most, you can live with purpose and power. And that takes tenacity and that takes work. And
So
it's not a free gift.
So what distractions do you allow to come in though? I mean, that's because I'm sitting here thinking, okay, yeah, great. Yeah. So focused. But what about having dinner, having lunch, getting your kids' schoolwork
Are those
done?
distractions or those times for family gathering?
That's
and
definitely distractions.
nutrients? No, they're not.
That's a distraction.
Depends on your outcome. Depends on who's
So you can change your goal and focus then? Like if you
of
have
course. You can have more than one goal.
so you have sub goals.
So I would say how you keep on it, like the more intense the goal, the more intense the focus needs to be.
Do you ever listen to Business Wars podcasts?
No.
There's some really intense focused people when they're fighting, like Xbox versus PlayStation, when they go over that. And I'm thinking, because when you say, you got to be so focused, like it's got to be, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's how you avoid distraction is through focus.
Right. So I'm thinking back to the times in my life when I've had to do that, when I've had to, and I think about all the things I had to put to the side.
Mm-hmm.
All the
trade-offs you did.
Yes. Pretty much everything.
Well, and you guess what you got? A Judas Doctorate.
Yeah, except for food,
Mm-hmm.
water, and occasional going out to dinner.
Yeah. Most people live a life that's full of distractions.
Well, but think about this too. And this is what made me think about when you're saying that is so many people are like, well, I'm living the here and now.
Well, yeah, that's living in the moment. That's not being, living
that's
in a
a
mindful.
distraction.
No, it's not.
Yeah, living in the here and now
No,
is a distraction.
living in the here and now is not worrying about the future, is not regretting the past, but taking in the moment you have. You and I sitting in this chair, speaking in these microphones, started out everything with sunglasses and mask. That is the moment. And there's nothing distracting about living in the moment, seeing that red dot right there.
No, that's part of the goal. That's part of the focus hyper goal.
Dude, you're losing
living
me
in the moment.
You're losing me. I don't know.
Like we have a goal that we want a successful podcast or video or whatever, right? So this is part of that. We
have to focus every week to do this.
Yeah, we're
podcast.
in that. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter. Living in the here and now is like, I'm just going to have a good day. I don't really care if we do the podcast or not.
That's living in the here and now is nothing like that. You can be focused okay.
I don't know what you think.
Well, you're feeling that, and usually that's the flaw in your logic here today. Is that feelings aren't facts. I'm sorry.
Judas Priest. You want to talk?
So I just pushed this button, man. Role reversal. I'm talking about feelings.
Did you just say feelings are not facts?
They are not facts.
Then love is not a fact.
Well, you can say whatever you want.
Love is a feeling.
Yeah. Well, love allows me to focus and press forward.
Bingo.
Bingo. Oh, like he toucheed my ass out somehow. Like, oh, wow, he just hammered me.
Yeah, I'm about ready to have another sip of Red Bull after that one. Don't you feel like though, like every time I run into someone that lives in the here and now, or, today's a good day, bro. Like, I'm just having a good day. Like, I'm just going to stay in that good day. Like, was it? No, you're not.
Living in the here and now and being mindful are two different things.
I never said anything about being mindful.
Well, that's what I'm defining.
What you're saying. That's what you're
I'm defining
it.
living in the here and now as being mindful and present in the moment.
Oh, well, that's totally something different than what I was saying.
Okay, then fine. We agree to disagree.
No, we agree. We're just using different terms.
It takes focus to be mindful. And mindful actually helps you refine focus to own your outcomes. This is an area that I've studied a lot about.
No, that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, that's what I would say. If we were to put this in a scientific method kind of scenario, my hypothesis would be living in a mindful state with a clear goal, clarity around some gutsy goal out in the future, and knowing the leverage you have to focus on to achieve that goal, being mindful every day and hold yourself accountable to that and being committed to it is how you'll own your outcomes and produce your outcomes and predict your outcomes. I think that would hold up under some scientific method if we were able to measure that.
So let me ask you this: do you
It
think?
sure to hell worked for me.
Oh yeah, but okay, well that's a whole nother.
Yeah, I can go autobiographical to defend it, right?
Well, yeah, but that's always. But self-perception is always different than self-reality.
Well, everyone's the hero of their own story.
That's what I mean. Like self-perception is always different. So, do you believe to be successful then?
Do you guys like this? Is like a court of law. So he is.
Yeah.
I'm on the stand every week. If we put the scientific method on this, I'm on the stand every week, and you're cross-examining my ass. That's hilarious. Go.
Well, here's the thing: is like it's funny you should say that because I've been studying narcissism.
So you've been studying Donald Trump.
Yeah, and allegedly myself, because narcissists like to ask questions to put you in boxes to get their answers out by asking questions. So,
so I'm ready for the cross-examination.
Straight narcissist here is what I am.
So I'm ready for the
At least I'm
cross-examination.
self-aware.
Yes, of course. That's the first step.
Self-aware. I'm here.
Owning the addiction.
All right. So my question was to owning the addiction. Narcissism as an addiction. That'd be interesting.
It has to be an addiction.
It's got to be somewhat of an addiction. Okay. So to be successful, then, do you believe you have to be focused?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So you can't be successful without being focused.
You can be successful because you're lucky, but you
Lucky
can't.
really success?
Well, some people win the lottery.
I know, but I guess so. You're defining success as money.
No, I'm not defining success as money. I never said anything about money. What the hell?
You did. You said you could win the lottery, and I'm like, well, that's not success.
I'm just saying that was just an example of one of many.
I'm just like, you said it, not me. So I'm just like trying to follow up on that.
So, man, he's badgering the witness, Your Honor. He's badgering the witness.
I could have been a heck of a reporter for CNN or Fox News. Well, I'm gonna give you
I mean,
very
Fox
leading
News.
questions.
Everybody that's a Fox News anchor is an attorney. I'm sure they use that to good measure, right? They use
it's such a messed up doctorate. It really, like, you spend the whole first year realizing how stupid you are. And then they teach you how to just basically be a narcissistic a-hole.
Yeah. Well, you had good training. And you've had good practice, so you can put on that mask pretty easily. Okay, so any other cross-examination points?
Focus.
This is fabulous. This scientific method opened the door to the metaphor is I'm being cross-examined every week with
Well, you definitely are.
With Brian Arnold.
Because even if you're right, I like to try and prove you're wrong.
Of course. I love it.
I don't know why I enjoy that, though.
Because that's how you're built. That's how your mind and brain and body work.
I know. It's like, but you can't listen to something without being like counterpoint. You know, like whether I'm listening to the news, where I'm listening to someone else talk, whether I'm listening to a church talk, whether I'm in, I don't know, my child. I was overhearing Drake's, they had an economic video they were supposed to watch and write something about. And I'm like listening in. And I'm like, that's kind of right. Oh, well, what about this? What about that? And I'm like, just shut your mouth, Brian. Like, don't say a word to him. But I'm like, you're teaching my kid stuff, and I want to teach the other side of the coin. Critical thinking.
Yeah. Well, he'll learn that soon enough. He's been raised in your household.
That's not my phone.
Must be mine.
You're popular.
Yeah, I'm popular.
But anyway,
sorry for the ding.
I bet people at home are having their phones ding.
Yeah, I should have turned my phone to airplane mode.
Who
I
cares?
forgot to.
No one cares.
Tough
I mean, it's
crap.
cool.
We're gonna fly
you guys
with
are gonna
it.
suck. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Could care less what you guys think about it. I won't put my glasses back on.
Okay, you do that, and then you cross-examine me again more about this scientific method around
Well, I just think
driving your
so
outcomes.
tell me what successful means to you, so that I can understand how winning the lottery makes me successful.
Well, success means different things to different people. To me, success means living my mission and purpose in life with as much energy as I can.
What the frick does that mean?
Well, my purpose is.
What's your purpose? No, seriously.
Really want to know?
No, I want to know, like, what is your real purpose? Like, what is And obviously, I'm going to guess your purpose has changed over time.
Yeah, it's been refined over time, but it's been directionally
So
the
tell me
same.
what your purpose is.
My purpose is to help people unlock their passion to change, learn, and grow, and be better people regardless of their circumstance and environment.
All right. So if you are successful at that, but you are homeless, are you successful?
That's a trick question.
not
Let
a
me
trick-
tell you,
yeah,
I can
it's
be
not a trick
successful
question.
at that and not be homeless.
I know, but that wasn't the question.
Yes, I would say yes, I'm successful. Yes. The answer is yes, Your Honor. Yes,
Yes,
I am successful. Even if I am homeless, if I spent my life helping a brother out, helping them reach their potential, doing what they were meant to do,
All right.
and
Let's
homeless,
stay with that.
yes.
Let's stay with that hypothetical for a second. You are now successful. You are now homeless. Where did that get you?
It got me the legacy of helping people who needed their help. And I can die a happy man.
Well, you might die because you're,
If I'm homeless, I guess I wouldn't get proper medical care and I'd die from COVID or some
unless
shit.
you live in Canada.
Well, yeah, if I lived in Canada, we can always do that. You know, my wife's Canadian, so we can just move there.
Well, Jordan Peterson lives there, and he still went to Russia though for medical care.
He did because even though they got medical care for everybody, it's the cutting edge care is probably found in other places.
So here's the thing about
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can be in the
Success.
same room. You look too cool.
I am too cool. So I'm thinking like success here. Like it has to be a balance of money and goal oriented where you want to be, because I don't think I could say I'm successful if I'm like, for example, I get a Juris Doctorate and I practice law, but I can't get any clients.
Right.
That I
No.
don't feel
I mean,
successful.
I would if I can't provide for my family, I would feel like a failure.
But
So I
would
want
you-
to do
but
my
would you-
mission and be able to provide for my family.
Right. So
And that part of that's not being homeless.
right.
Have a
So
home.
then success involves money then too.
Of course.
Okay. Just making sure.
Of course. Did you get the answer you saw?
Yeah, because I'm thinking money has to be involved in this.
Money's involved in everything.
Well, money makes the world go round.
Yeah.
And in 30 years from now, when they figure out where all this money went during this pandemic, it's going to be a good History Channel show.
Oh, I'm sure it is. It just it made a lot of people rich. I guarantee you there are people making millions of dollars somehow.
Oh, do you
It's
think
not
about the
us.
governmental contracts?
Oh, they're gigantic.
Oh,
We haven't figured yet to monetize this, but we did put an ad on our little Life Karma face masks like 4 months ago, and Facebook
yeah. Thanks, Facebook.
rejected it and said we can't
And banned us.
banned us because we're trying to profit off a pandemic. And I'm like,
and we
whatever.
were actually giving them away for free.
Yeah, when you bought a T-shirt like this cool T-shirt, it's one of my favorite T-shirts. I have this in a T-shirt, a long sleeve, and a hoodie, and it's perfect for Thanksgiving. What do we call it? I mean, not for Thanksgiving. It's perfect for Halloween. What do we call this one?
Can't even remember now.
So cool. It's a
really
skull
cool.
and everything.
Yeah, but we did release one that's got like an inner piece kind of thing.
Yeah.
Patagonia looking kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you guys go on there, buy that. It's long sleeve. It's nice. It's cold outside.
Yeah, it's getting colder. You need to.
Was I serious enough when I said that?
You did.
I felt like really serious, like
You were
staring at the
pretty
camera, like,
serious.
"Hey, buy the shirt."
Buy the shirt. I wonder if we could have a scientific method on making our merchandise sell better.
It's funny because whenever somebody orders, they always order again.
Yeah, so we got good repeat buyers.
Yeah, we have great repeat buyers. So thank you to all of you out there.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate your support.
I'm not homeless, so we must be successful.
Yeah, neither am I. So, I
So
must
give me a
have
scenario under
measures.
which you are homeless and you are successful.
Well, when I was 15, I was homeless. Everything I owned fit in an orange duffel bag. It's right over there in that corner.
Is that the original one?
That is the original orange duffel bag.
I
had
think
a-
you should put up a picture of that.
Yeah, I'll put a picture of it on the thing so people can see
It's your
it.
book. I want your book.
I had a couple pairs of jeans, some underwear, and some T-shirts in that bag, and I packed it with all my hopes, dreams, and hard work, and got to damn work. And I stayed in people's friends' houses, and slept on their sofas and spare bedrooms, and for a few years. And I went to work. I got narrowly focused around getting a college scholarship to play football, and everything I lived for, ate, drank, sleep, focused, was becoming a great athlete so that I could get my education paid for. It's exactly what happened. Was homeless, yet I was successful.
I was thinking about that this
I
week.
earned a full ride football scholarship to Georgia Tech.
I was
I know
thinking
that was
more-
the second question I asked you in our friendship.
No, yeah, that was. Don't even take me there.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll get
I interrupted you.
hyper-focused.
I'm sorry. I'm doing a counterpoint. I'm
Yes,
actually
you are.
giving you like, okay.
It's like,
Go ahead. I interrupted you. I'm
no, I
sorry.
was just thinking about what you went through at 15 this week, and I was thinking about sports and stuff, and the politics that sometimes of sports.
It's definitely political.
You didn't have anybody playing those politics for you.
I didn't have anybody helping me.
No, you were just.
Well, hold on. I had a few people helping me.
Yeah, but like, that's because you were so good. It wasn't because you're Johnny down the block whose parents donated a ton of money to the junior high and blah, blah, blah.
I definitely think if I would have been black, I wouldn't have had the opportunities that I had. I mean, to be honest, if I'm
that's
honest
fair.
with myself, I mean, like,
But when
I
you get to the
understand.
college level, it doesn't matter.
No, it's just like who plays better.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think even getting up to that point, it just always reminds me of my dad saying, you have to be so good they have to play you.
Exactly. That's my whole theme in life.
Right. There is no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
If you rely on favors or blah, 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 you're going to be disappointed.
I recently, my son's work has had a big shakeup, and one of the things I told him when he started this new job about a year ago was, you become indispensable. You understand me? Indispensable, and that is really helping him thrive.
have to be.
You have to be. We have to learn how to become indispensable unless we want to go to homeless.
Well, you just, in my mind, I always have to think, if this ended tomorrow, who you keeping? Who are you going to be kept? What is separating you from
Right.
everyone else?
Yeah. How do you make the cut?
Right.
Right. The answer is focus. People that focus and achieve in the midst of chaos and distraction are the people that are kept.
I think to be able to focus, though, you have to actually want it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You can't just say.
No, it's
you
so
want
good.
it.
So in my Orange Duffel Bag book, the first rule for the road, there's 7 rules for the road. First rule for the road, desire. Without desire, there ain't no goal achievement. There's no focus. There's nothing. If you can't ignite desire in your soul to move forward to a better place, it just doesn't happen. And that usually is articulated in some kind of gutsy goal. The interesting thing is, human performance does not improve without a goal, some kind of goal, some kind of desired outcome. And yet people work every day, 9 to 5, 6 days a week, sometimes longer, and they don't have a goal. Like, it's just beyond me. And
They're robots.
they are. And so guess what? They're not improving. Without a goal, you don't improve.
No.
You had a goal to get a Juris Doctorate. You improved in 3 years. You got your Juris Doctorate. You had a goal to run your own firm. Your dad did not.
Yeah.
He had a successful firm, and he closed it right after you
the same
graduated.
month.
The
I
same
swore
month
in.
you graduated.
Same month I got sworn in. You're like, thanks, Pops.
Yeah. So what happened was, that's the best thing he could have ever done for you.
Yes. Worst thing at the time.
Yeah, of course, but best thing now.
Myoptic. I was looking at the myoptic mission. Anyways,
Right,
yeah,
right.
it's a
But the
whole
thing
nother
about it
subject.
is, you had to say no to distractions, and you had to get your shit together, like that book,
Yep.
and you had to, start it up, right? You worked for a firm for a year, and you're like, I can do this, and you open your own firm and had some success early, and voila, 10 years later, 12 years later, you're kicking ass in a successful firm.
Well, it's just like you make your own luck
You do. I agree.
by that hyper focus.
Are we cooperating here? No, wait a minute.
Well, this is what happens when
This-
you use me as an example. I'm like, of course that's perfect. I mean, like, of course. And I'm like,
We're not arguing.
that's because it's about me. If it's about me, sure. Absolutely. Fine.
Oh my
Whatever you
gosh,
say,
that's
this is
funny.
great. Thank you.
What else comes to your mind with the scientific method? Anything else you want to say about this?
Intuition cannot be measured. Like your
Really?
gut, your
Your gut?
consciousness, those feelings that sometimes you make decisions that logically aren't the right decision, but they end up being the perfect decision.
So what I say about this is, you need to use your head, your intellect, look at the data, use your heart, your emotion, and then go with your gut. Because there's a mini brain in your heart and in your gut, that your gut knows what to do before your brain and heart know what to do.
Well, it's like, I think Jordan Peterson, I can't remember if it was Jordan Peterson that said this or Deepak. They said, if you think your brain's in your head, you're stupid.
Right. No, it's in your whole body. And I write about this in my third book called Guts. It's really, there's a lot of scientific evidence to what you're saying is accurate, right? I mean, I think we make the best decisions when we can slow down enough to look at the facts, look at our emotions, and then go with our gut. It has never let me down, not one single solitary time. You had an experience yesterday where, you told me over the weekend where you did something purely out of the gut and you had a great feeling about it. It's probably the right thing to do.
Right. It was not logical.
Not logical at all. Sometimes these two override this.
Yeah.
And sometimes, as long as you got two of the three, you're good.
Yeah.
And when they're all three lined up, you're definitely good.
Well, I hate it when a client says, but my gut tells me to do this. And I'm like, gosh, dang, I'm not allowed as a lawyer to tell you what my gut is telling me to do.
Yeah, yeah. But you know the facts, and you can see the emotion differently.
Right.
So two of the three is on your side if they're just wanting to say, well, I have a feeling that, and they don't even know that their feeling just want to hose their ex.
Right. Well, it's just like
It's being driven by pride and greed or anger or whatever.
yeah, it's just like that consciousness is more powerful, but it's not something I think that can be measured when it comes to decisions.
Yeah, I would say that consciousness is something really hard to measure.
Yeah, and so I don't think the scientific method can work for that.
How could it? So my question would be, how could we apply the scientific method to measure consciousness? That would be a cool study.
Well, the CIA tried to do it, right? They tried to spy using consciousness,
using
body,
using the brain. What do you call it? Last time we talked briefly about
astral projecting.
Yes, astral projecting.
Can you imagine? That'd be
I
nuts.
can't imagine.
That'd be crazy.
I just have vivid, weird dreams, and that's freaky enough for me. I've been having the weirdest
I had a
dreams.
dream Emily died the other night.
Oh, that's not good. What the hell?
Yeah, I was
What do you think that's saying to you?
saying that I'm screwed if she dies. That's what it's telling me.
Maybe it's saying you need to give her more attention.
Oh my gosh, is that possible? Shoot,
Hey, you know what? She needs to have some attention.
if she ever mentions that she watched or listened to this podcast, I'll give her more attention.
So I'm reading a fascinating book for couples. It's called Wired for Love. Fascinating book. It's a neurological, behavioral approach to working in a cooperative marriage.
Sounds horrible.
No, it's some heavy
It
shit.
sounds like good outcome, but it sounds horrible to go through.
They introduce you to this concept of living in the bubble, right? You guys live in the bubble, and in the bubble, it's safe. But the problem is we have this neural net to be at war, and to be at love or be at war. Be at war takes you out of the bubble. That's why you have arguments and strife. But being at love or letting your ambassadors in your neural net take over and work through it, not be hyper reactive to things, can help you keep in the bubble, and the bubble's safe, and the bubble is where enjoyable marriages are found. And it's fascinating to me, but it gives you scientific approaches and evidence and all this kind of stuff. And
Kind of like emotional intelligence.
yeah, you definitely learn to have more emotional intelligence when you apply the learnings of this book. It's a really good book.
Women are hard.
Women say men are hard, but men are not hard. Men are simple. They're like little puppies.
Yep.
You just give them a puppy treat, and let's say, okay, you pet him tap him in the head. Thank you, dear. Here's a puppy
we're
treat.
fine.
You go do what I need you to do,
Yeah,
and we're
we'll be
fine.
We're fine at that point.
But women can't. I don't know if they don't get that.
Last segment. You ready for the last segment?
Yes, the last segment. Let's talk about it.
Because I love collecting things, so I brought something over I collected.
Collection.
And I think this one's going to surprise you a little bit. It's and I'll send you a picture so you can put it up here. But it is a Pokemon card. It is Charizard VMAX from the Darkness Ablaze
Pokemon collector.
set. So, how much would you think this card goes for?
Well, I would imagine it cost no more than $5 when you bought it originally. Probably $1.
These packs came out about 4 or 5 months ago.
4 or 5 months ago. Oh shit! What's that? I'm going to keep the first part of that in a video. Like, what the hell's going on? The end of the world. It was an Amber Alert.
It's an Amber Alert, so I hope they do find a child in GMC Yukon, Utah license plate 8G4PP.
Okay, thank you for that public service announcement. But
Back
getting
to
back to the
Charizard.
question, Charizard.
That scared me.
This is, that was a little freaky. I thought, nothing's shaking. I'm like, okay.
I know. I was like,
So you said this is 4 or 5 months old.
yeah,
And I would imagine the case it's in costs at least $5. So
$3 for that case.
$3 for the case. Tell us. I'm in suspense. What's the
$600 to $800.
no?
Yes, for that card.
$600 to $800.
I pulled it out of a pack.
How do you know it's $600 to $800?
Like on eBay.
eBay. Is it just a rare card or something?
Yep, it's a rare card.
Wow. Anyway,
Can you believe stuff like that?
I can't. That is a distraction for me.
$600 to $800.
I would take $600 to $800 and invest it in our Life Karma Studios. Is what I would do.
Well, I didn't pay that. I got a pack.
But you're the master of buying shit like this and selling it and making money.
Yeah,
you
I
do
got
that
two
with
of them.
sneakers. You got 2 of them.
Yeah.
So you can sell them for $1,200.
Yeah, I'm just like letting them go up more.
Of course, because that's what you do.
Well, I just stopped at Target one day and got a few packs.
Of course, and you found $600 little gem in there.
I'm stupid.
What else do you collect besides? We know you collect sneakers.
Yeah.
You collect cards like Charizard or Pokemon cards.
Charizard, Pokemon. Isn't that
What else
crazy?
do you collect? You collect watches.
I do
You bought a
collect
new
watches.
watch.
I bought a new watch. I'm not going to talk about that this time.
What else do you collect?
Lots
you
of
collect
stupid stuff.
gold. You collect gold and silver.
and silver. Can you find it?
You must have it.
I collect Supreme stuff. I collect. Oh, dude, the problem is that part of my brain. I love collecting things.
Yeah. So here's the danger, people. You may become a hoarder later in life.
Distractions.
Distractions.
Relevance.
Yes.
It's irrelevant.
It's really irrelevant. So,
Anyways.
anyway, we may be close to out of time here, and we want you to try the scientific method this week and prove some things right or wrong in your life. Have a conversation and do good in the world.
Yep.
You got the closing music for us.
I don't know. Do good in the world. I was just thinking about that as you were saying it.
You're like, oh, shut up, Sam.
I was
Whatever.
like, oh, that's harsh. That's hard.
Life Karma out. Peace out, people. May you have enjoyable metaphysical enjoyment and peace and harmony.
Out of body.
Live with clarity and focus and be clear in all that you do. Peace out.